Hyper Peaches! Welcome to our 9th episode. I'm Erica.
And I'm Joyce.
Hello, Joyce.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired. Can I rate my day? I mean, my week.
You can rate your day and then your week.
I mean, my day just kind of started, so 7.
Oh, that's not bad. To start a day with a 7?
Week is 6.5.
Why?
I don't know. I've been feeling a little, quite tired and stressed because I have something. I'm very excited at the same time, very stressed about what's gonna happen in 2.5 weeks. And you know why already? Because I'm traveling.
Yeah, super exciting.
Super excited.
After 3 years or 4 years, 3 years. No.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because my last trip was 2020 February. So almost 2.5 years. And I don't know how to travel anymore.
Don't forget your mask, because that's one thing different from traveling in the past.
Mask, hand sanitizer, passport.
Yep. No need to bring your money.
If you were to travel next week,
to where?
UK, how would you feel? Okay, imagine that you just bought a ticket, right?
Yeah.
and then we'll be like, woo, you
start suffocating.
Are you gonna be stressed?
Actually, no.
You're gonna be relieved.
I think because I would say I'm not as anxious about COVID as you are.
From the beginning.
Yeah. That's why for me it's just like, oh, traveling but with a mask on. Oh, great. Oh, when you get to the UK, take off your mask. Oh, great, even better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's our difference, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I think I just need to mentally prepare myself for the next 2 weeks, and if I'm spending so much money, I might as well be enjoying it.
Exactly.
So I think I've been stuck too long, let's just say, because I think the difference for me and you is you haven't been working from home, and this working from home lifestyle really changed me. It made me, I won't say it made me like a homebody, but it just made me feel very closed off from the world. And now that I'm exposed, it's like
it made you want to go out even more,
I guess, but also very scared.
Yeah.
Of the unknown. You know?
It's like getting married, you know. You are super excited for a new chapter of your life, but at the same time you're super scared.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is and then when you look back 2 years or 5 years, 10 years after you get married, you'll be like, oh wow, it's just that.
It's just when you're planning for your wedding, and then when you look back, it's just, oh, so it's just that less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
And everything happened, and I spent a whole year planning for that.
Yeah. I think everything in life is I mean, what we're both going through right now is we make it in our head so big.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, oh, it's no big deal. It's so small potato, actually. So you don't have to overthink, to be honest.
Yeah. First, nobody cares.
Second,
Nobody
really cares but yourself.
Yeah, nothing is really a big deal unless you're dying the next day, or your family's I don't know, touch wood, something happened to them.
Yeah, but other than that, everything is actually very small. So
yeah,
I guess
indeed,
take on today is just take things easy, and you don't need to overcomplicate it in your own head.
Yep.
So 6.5. How about you?
I would say 6.5 too.
Wow, we're so in sync.
Haven't we always been?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mostly work this week. I've been super busy with work, but my highlight of the week would be following the trial of a decade, which is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
That's your highlight?
That's my highlight.
There's so many things talked on the media right now about that, about the case.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, the two of them is it's such a They put on such a good show.
When are they gonna have the, I don't know the terms of it in law term, but when are they gonna have the final decision of this case?
I don't know.
Is it still? But I thought the trial is done, right?
No.
Oh, it's still ongoing.
I don't think Amber Heard and her witnesses have stepped up to say anything.
Oh,
yet.
I see.
Yeah, they have
it's
not
just
yet
Depp.
been
It's just Johnny Depp.
Yes, and Amber Heard's lawyers are the best.
Damn.
They made my day.
I heard they gave a lot of hard time for Johnny Depp's witnesses.
Yeah, but in such ridiculous ways. Like the way they questioned his witnesses, it's just... Well, let's just put it this way. It could be phrased a lot better.
But the way that they're phrasing everything is very
Is very stupid? I don't know. Well, who am I to judge? I mean, I'm just a...
I mean, they're getting paid a lot to talk, to say these things.
And
so.
I'm just a baby lawyer, so...
Talking about law, definitely watch Anatomy of a Scandal.
Oh, yeah. I still haven't watched it.
Encourage everybody who's listening to this, must watch. It's like a 6-episode thing. Season 1.
It's a series. It's on Netflix. If you still haven't canceled your subscription yet, please do
it before you cancel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a very lawful weekend.
Well, yet another week has passed.
I know.
And now we're here. What are we going to talk about today?
Completely opposite from what we just talked about, which is key opinion leaders, KOLs, the social media world, that dynamic.
Wait, do people call key opinion leaders as well in like other parts of the world, or is it just at Hong Kong? Like other parts called influencer?
Most places call influencers. At least in the States, that's
same
more
thing,
common.
Is it?
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Right? Because initially key opinion leaders are like, they have their opinions and outtake on things, and they're the leaders of it, right? So it's in a sense that's influencing people's.
So it's like an important opinion. So it's the key opinion, and then they are leaders. So that makes them key opinion leaders
because they're talking about they're selling a subject, they're selling a thought, and I think those two things are quite similar.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of people have talked about it and
about this topic, or about just explaining the roles and stuff?
About this topic, about like this whole like phenomenon in general, and we have our own takes on it. And well, would you just like to wait, when did the key opinion leaders, let's just say KOL, when did KOL, like the whole thing, when did it start? Do you remember? When do people start being aware of KOL? 2019, 20? No. Way before that. 2015, 16, I would say.
I would say, because the internet social media really start to pick up like 2013, 2014. And then these people were like, oh, I can make money out of advertising, out of selling something online. I would say 2015, that we as users of the internet see them more prominent.
Yeah.
So I would say 2015.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming very common. Just a very common role, I would say. But common's it's not a good word, but it's just everywhere.
It's just kind of common.
Yeah.
It's like everyone
can be.
Yeah. And everyone wants to be.
Do you want to be a KOL?
No.
They make a lot of money.
Yes. Why do I not want to be?
Yeah, what is your take on it?
I think I just don't think I have that, like, all the qualities of a KOL that I think...
Really? I think you're perfect.
Really? Thank you. Why?
I think you don't have the qualities is what you perceive yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think from me knowing you for the past 15 years, 10 years, 12 years, a decade, you're very likable, and you have a decent amount of friends. You have a lot of take on things. You are convincing. Like I just think you can if you want it to be, right? But if in your head you think you don't have the confidence for it, then that might be it.
Yeah.
Because all you really need to be to start to be a key opinion leader / influencer is to have the confidence to believe in yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I know why I don't want to.
Oh, why?
Because, like, well, for me, most of the time we see KOL is on, like, social media.
Mm-hmm.
And the most successful KOLs, they are super hardworking. Like, they can't be lazy. They can't just, like, post... like publish one post on Instagram every 2 weeks and then come out and then like I don't know, like release a 15-minute clip and that's it. For me to become a successful KOL, like no matter you're representing a brand or a thought or anything, you have to dig into its history. You have to understand all the like the origins and everything, and then you have to be tech savvy, which is something that I like.
Not us.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you have to be very self-motivated. Because essentially...
Well, that I have.
That you have.
Yeah.
I think self-motivated in the sense where... Because every client is going to be different, right? And you would have to basically, I guess, fill out like have your own like business proposal on your outtake on...
Yeah.
How to make this thing work, right? How to make this brand partnership work, or how to sell a product for them.
Yeah. You have to be really creative.
You have to be very creative.
You have this great mind for like marketing. Like what makes a successful, like great marketing plan. You have to think about it and have your own take. Otherwise you would just be, I don't know, like a robot.
Yeah.
Robotic KOL.
Yeah, that's true. I think being self-employed as a KOL it has a lot of layers and a lot of different stress and responsibilities that we don't know enough yet.
Yeah.
But it's fun to talk about it.
It is.
Do you think I can be a KOL?
You can be a KOL?
I don't think so. I think you can be more than me.
Not really. I think you can. Well, I think you enjoy the whole concept of like marketing and like digital media and social media and stuff like that more than I do, don't you?
But I like the behind scenes, the BTS of it. I don't want to be the face of it in a sense, because think about it.
So you can be my manager.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I don't mind planning, right? Like I love planning, like say an event. I love planning a party. I love planning something of a thing. But to be the center of the thing is, I guess, is a lot of stress for me. Now that I think about it, like I don't like to pay too much attention on my social media. To be completely honest, like whatever I post online is really, I'm not as casual as you. You post like how you feel. You post how you like your vibe that week or whatever, like very casually. But I don't know why I put a lot of stress in like how people perceive me or how I am on social media, and therefore I just don't post anymore. And if I'm a KOL, I cannot have that mindset.
Yeah, you have to be carefree-ish. Not that carefree, but like you can't overthink.
You need to have that balance, right?
Yes, exactly.
And I don't have that on social media, and I don't know why, but it's just like I'd rather not stress about that. You know, and it's okay. So I think it takes a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
You know, and
wait, so our understanding of KOL exists mostly on social media, but is there any like real life KOL that don't use social media? I don't know. You get what I mean?
Oh, like leaders of like a field kind of thing?
Yeah. Like they're also KOL, but they don't really use social media as a channel to spread their message.
Really? I can't think of anyone. Can you? On top of my head, not at the moment.
Yeah. Like even the most political KOLs right now, they use this, like, I don't know, like Donald Trump can be a KOL. He uses Twitter a lot. Yeah. And then in Hong Kong, the like the older like politicians, they use YouTube. Because
that's how you reach a more global, wide range audience. There's no other way.
That's true. So you have to be tech savvy.
You have to be tech savvy because you can't do like, so there's a term called OOH advertising, right? Out of house. So you can't put a poster of yourself and expect the whole world to be like, oh, I should buy this product. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore.
That is true. Like, so, you either have that prominent digital presence or you don't, or you just don't be a KOL.
Exactly. I think, have you ever encountered any, whether it's a friend, whether it's through work, whether it's through in your college days, have you encountered them, and what were the experiences that you had with them?
TBH, I think you have a lot more to say about this than I do, because you like it's quite relevant to your work right now. For me though, like back in college, I have a friend. Well, I mean, we're still friends. We're just not that close anymore. But she is like a what we call a foodie. So she manages a food account, so sort of a KOL as well. Yeah, so there will be brands like wanting to sponsor her, or restaurants wanting to sponsor her, and then she would write reviews for restaurants, and oftentimes, like after graduating from college, the most encounter that I get from KOL is like, cafe hopping, and then you just run into a bunch of KOLs sitting right next to you, and then they would be posting, doing their own poster stuff, and then posting online, mostly food related. I would say the KOLs that I have encountered, and the only thing that really sort of annoys me is the amount of time that they spend on photographing or like posing. Yeah, and most of them, like, I'm not talking about my friend, but the other one that I have come across, they don't come off as super intelligent to me. Yeah, just a bunch of ordinary people who look, okay, there are some few characteristics. Ordinary people look quite different on social media
than in person.
Yes. And then like pretend that they have a lot to say, but not something that is super intelligent, and have that urge to be famous. Yeah,
they have that urge to be famous.
You can see that, like they have that, like those kind of attention seeking looks, and they just want to be famous, and they want something that they could make money from fast, and then that is why they pursue KOL as a career.
Interesting.
How about for you? I think mine is super like superficial encounters, because I don't have that many KOL friends, but probably you do.
I think I don't want to go super in depth because it's related to, I guess, work, but it's okay. Like, I can, this is just like my experience, right? I think working with influencers is, in a way, like, it's a brand partnership, right? So what I've learned is mutual respect is very important, because essentially you're working with a brand. It is like, it feels very people oriented, but at the end of the day, it's a brand working with a brand. So think of an influencer as their own brand. So that's what I've learned. I thought, it's just communicating with like a girl or communicating with a friend, but at the end of the day, it's not really like that, because it's business related. You're trying to get an outcome from communicating with them, right? You're trying to generate sales, you're trying to generate more business, you're trying to generate more noise about your own brand. So that is it. At the end of the day, is very technical. It is. It sounds very fun, carefree, but behind the scenes is never really like that, right? So my approach is that I'm more mindful of the things that I say, and I make sure I'm more respected. I don't really put much of my emotions on it, because I'm trying to build a relationship, but in a work mindset.
Wait, you mean like if you were a KOL?
No, like right now what I'm doing with like my career, right? That's how I approach these people. But at first, being such a emotional and mood driven person, I thought I had to use all these kind of personalities to work through this. but in reality it's actually not. You know what I mean? So it's just the approach that you take. And I mean, influencers are people, and people have different expectations, different wants. And I realized that some people could be very easy to deal with, and there's people that are very hard to deal with. And that's the experience of it, right? I came out and realizing that, damn, like, how do I like sound like I'm like helping them or pleasing them, but in a way I'm saving my own integrity? Does it make any sense? Like that's the hard part. Like, how do you not tune them because you're trying to work with them, right? But at the same time keep your own ground, and make sure that they understand that what are your limitations and what are your bottom lines.
It's kind of like managing like a celebrity. Managing talents, because in a way they are your asset.
They are.
And if they say anything, if they fuck up your brand, your partner brand, yes, that would fuck up their own career as well, but you would get fucked. So you can't take that risk to let them do so. But at the same time, you don't want them to put themselves in such a high position. I feel
there's so many layers to this. It's like, I think now what I've learned for the past few months is that I think influencers and like a brand, like the feeling is very mutual, and the respect is, it's like unspoken. It's like an unspoken contract. And I think professionally, like KOLs that have done this for like at least a good amount of years, they know how to approach this, or they know how to be respectful. They are mindful of a lot of things. And I think that's quite impressive, because all these things are never taught with them through school, and it's all through experiences that they've learned.
That's true. I think the thing is, anyone can be a KOL, but because anyone can be a KOL, if you really want to become a standout one, it takes a lot of hard work. You have to be niche. You have to be niche in a way where you can also attract a broad audience. You have to be mindful. You have to be creative. You have to be something that people never want to see, and convincing, right? That those are all very hard things to try to be persuasive, right? It's like, why do we want people to follow Hyper Peaches? Like, that's something that we think about every single day. I mean, come to think of it, you are your own brand. Like, you're basically like, if there's every brand has different departments trying to come together and work on one thing to make a brand, look nice,
distinctive.
Distinctive. But as a KOL, you're combining all those departments into
your own brand.
Crazy world, to be honest. What kind of KOLs do you follow, like on Instagram or like, I don't know, so other social media platforms most? Or who is your favorite KOL, I would say?
I don't.
You don't have a favorite one?
I think now that I've, like, you asked me this question, on top of my head are people that are
wait, sorry, do you call celebrities KOL as well? Because they are, in a way, right? A lot of them do KOL stuff right now.
But those are not my favorite ones. You know why? Because they feel very, I can't relate. They try to be relatable, but at the end of the day, they're celebrities. They have the things that I don't, and I don't necessarily crave for their lifestyle. So it's like I follow people that are close to what I want, what I like, what I can have. People who are self-made influencers, people who love fashion, people who have a little sense of humor, people who love the same passions that I do, wake surf, whether it's dancing, all these things that are things that I admire, that I ride on or I love, and I gravitate towards these key opinion leaders. And they're mostly US, from the US and like European countries that I follow, not as much as Hong Kong influencers, just because I maybe don't have that much connection with them, because when I first started social media, I was in the States already.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of like my instinct. How about you?
That's fair. I mean, my favorite one.
I have one?
Actually, I don't follow a lot of Hong Kong KOL either. Local KOLs either.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot out there, and I think a lot of them are doing quite a good job. But I just don't follow a lot of them. I do have a favorite one though. I think I've told you. This girl who is like, I think she's Swedish, and then she used to live in Taiwan, and she has opened up her own bikini store.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah, and then now she has moved to Hawaii. Yeah, living the life.
That's your dream life.
Yeah, it's just everything that she does, and her mentality, her attitude towards life. I don't know. I buy that concept, and that's why she's my favorite.
She sold you a concept that you could definitely envision yourself having one day, and you would be very happy in that state too.
Yeah,
I think that's also me.
Yeah, sometimes I get confused. Like, I mean, for me, she's like also like a celebrity because, well, to me, celebrity is like, oh, enough. You have a certain amount of like popularity. You make money out of a show. Like a show can be, you know, a post or like a 1 minute reel. Yeah, and she is my favorite celebrity right now, I would say.
Do you think, this just came out on top of my head, do you think an influencer is an important role in this current world, in this current decade?
Yes.
Why?
Because, well, they have such huge influence. For real. Like, because anyone can be a KOL, so anything can be, like, any message can be spread through a KOL. Like, their words matters a lot. And so if you make good use of it, it could
be powerful.
It could be really powerful. Like, Elon Musk is a KOL. I think.
When I think of Elon Musk, I mean, automatically, of course, I don't think of KOL, because my perception of KOL is like fashionistas, foodies, like all these
like that lifestyle, chill stuff.
But when you really think of it, he's a great
Donald Trump
great
is a KOL.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is a KOL. One Twitter post of theirs can change can pump up the whole Tesla stock price, or
can influence so many
things. It can go skyrocketed just based on one single tweet.
That's so true.
Yeah, Donald Trump as well. He could overturn the whole, I don't know, US politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think so too.
Plays such a important role in the current society right now.
And I also think that like influencers have the ability to, like, can you like those days when we were like in our middle school, primary school, like even early high school, like when we didn't really have the exposure to social media, we're just basing off of everything through like, not in the lens of social media, we're basing through life of on the outside world, you know what I mean? And now that we have social media playing such a huge role, I guess what I'm trying to say is every small aspect, whether it's a business or a concept, has been more like, has been an idea on social. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is just how I feel. Like, before, you're like, everything is pretty generalized, like, coffee,
but now it's more specific.
Exactly. So now when it's like, when you see on social media, it's like, different types of coffee beans, different types of cafes.
It's more accessible.
The information and how niche you want to go can be found on the social media. True.
That's a good thing that come out of it.
I would say so, yeah.
But there's also bad things that come out of it.
Yeah, for sure. There's always good and bads.
Yeah, I think. Well, not because. Well, I'm always talking about the same statement over and over again, because anyone can be a KOL. and people sometimes just take it as a route to get rich and get famous fast. I think they would fall into this trap, this what I call a fame trap.
So do you think the influence culture is going downhill, uphill, same hill?
I think, well, first, people want to get famous fast, which is a bad thing that come out of the KOL culture.
Just very superficial. It could come off very superficial.
Very superficial. And then also about going downhill, uphill, I think it's going a little downhill, honestly. I think it grew during pandemic. Yeah. But since post-pandemic, people have been more focused on like the real things that's going on in life instead of, only like trying to feel other people's life through the lens of the social media.
They're trying to experience their own life.
Yeah. And that's why I think KOL culture is kind of, I don't know, it's going a little bit downhill for me.
I think I agree with you partially. I think it's going steady.
Like their influence
remains.
Yes, because it's still important. But
because you're not gonna suddenly be like, oh, the pandemic is dying down, I'm gonna unfollow 10 people. The followings that you will remain consistent. Yes. And that's the majority of people, right?
Yes.
It's already a habit that we already have.
Yeah.
Had gained.
Like Elon Musk, his words still matter, but then his influence won't be as strong. Like people who believe in him would go buy a Tesla stock based on his one single tweet. But there would also be more people who like, oh, let's pause and think about it and read more facts, study more data before just being influenced by, that one post. I think so too.
I think in terms of like political or like the stock market or finance world, like you don't have to necessarily find information or have answers through these people on social media. But I guess for like the lighter aspect, like the lifestyle of things, people will still continue to follow these people. Yeah. Because influencers are going out of their way to give you the information that you don't need to go out of your way to find.
That's true.
So that's the convenience of that.
That's true.
Right? Like, oh, you want to try... Say you're going to UK, right? You would definitely go on Instagram, Facebook, Google to look for, what are the new spots that I need to go visit? What are the new restaurants, or what are the particular restaurants that I want to try? Where are they going to be? What are the ratings? You're not going to go to a bookazine to buy a book anymore and read about some facts that were made like 2015, right?
That is true.
It's not as new and fresh.
Yeah, because everything is just changing so fast. Oh, but one thing though, I think if influencers still want to make a living out of it, they had to kind of change their strategy, because people are getting a little bit of like influencer fatigue. Like they want more real stuff. Like the amount of sponsored content just flooded the whole social media feed, which people are getting tired of. So you either be more honest about your own opinions and do less, like scheduled branded stuff, publish less of that content, or I think people would eventually lose interest in it.
Yeah, that's hard, because I was thinking like, if I'm a KOL, how do I make a living off of doing less branded deals? Do I gain more money? Like, of course I want to be authentic, I want to have my followings remain or increase. How do I find that balance, right? I guess just do a little bit of brand stuff, but not overly...
like Pumpkin Jen?
Yeah.
I think her followers kind of increased. Well, but it takes a while because she now has her own beauty brand.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like a side job. She has a second source of income, and she can do less branded stuff, but she can give more honest opinions, and that is why her followers kind of increased. So because she's more real. Yeah. Now.
She's more real now because she's been doing this for a long time. She already has her own...
She can afford to be real.
So you have to afford to be real, but in the beginning you can't be truly entirely real.
Exactly.
Because you have to get money out of other branded deals.
Yeah, you have to impress the brands. But now she's like, oh, I am what I am.
I already have my following.
I like all the stuff I like. It's not sponsored, and I can just give my honest review.
You just have to be established on the internet for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
To make it trustworthy, which is like other brands too, not just being an influencer, right? If you're a clothing brand, people like say Hollister. How long did they build this brand? Like over 20 years already, and that's the trust that they already have.
Yeah.
Through people, and people already know their brand without even following too much.
True.
So it takes time.
Takes time.
Everything takes time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that... This is a fun topic. I didn't know I had so much to say at first.
Yeah. But I think KOL is... I think there's a lot to say because after all, it's such a tough job. I mean, to become successful, it takes a lot of tough work. So.
But if you want to be a brand, like I was thinking, like if say you want to build something or us build something in 10 years, we would have to ultimately be some kind of KOL.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, that is true.
Because in order to sell something, I think people nowadays would want to know the people behind it, right?
Yeah.
Say if you want to sell like a lipstick, right? You're not just gonna... You can take product shots, like different angles, super cool lighting, but at the end of the day, they want to see the real interaction of this
you need to get close. Like we were talking to this friend, and she was
earlier.
And she was saying how she enjoys she loves gaming, but what she enjoys more is to watch those like streaming video of people gaming. So any kind of job or any kind of, I don't know, brand that you're trying to promote, you have to have that interaction, that real time interaction with people. That's with your audience.
That's when you feel the connectivity with others.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's all for this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. So
hope you enjoy, our take on the KOL thing. Yeah. Culture.
And our more mellow, deep voice. So here's how it is. So yeah, thank you for listening, and we hope your day is as peachy as this episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like this podcast on Spotify and iTunes.
And comment or DM us on any of our social media platforms as well. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.